drugs, and rock and roll band, Motley Crue. And don't forget a brand new kick-ass episode of Rock Show at midnight. But right now, a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader bangs her head for Motley Crue on Motley Crue Fan Club.
Just let us through the gate, please.
We're actually going backstage so we can actually meet the real people of rock and roll.
God, please. We don't want to have sex with them. We just want to meet them.
Guys like myself feel not that different from my fans because I still love rock and roll.
Crew rocks, man. They are the band, baby.
Woo! The fans are part of the band, and then, therefore, the band is definitely a part of my life. Each album of the Crue has been represented with my tattoos.
What I just try to do on stage is help people have a good time. Because that's the reason that the fans are there, and that's the reason we're there.
I was born deaf. I say I have a cool head.
People can get me wound up. You know, the louder the crowd is, the better I can perform. You know, like adding octane to your gas tank or something.
When I auditioned for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Motley Crue truly gave me the inner spirit or the energy to make it through the audition.
I am a proud Republican. This is just the type of music that I like, and you can either enjoy it with me or you can get out.
Some nights, you know, I'm just playing along and then I'll see all three of them just rocking out and I'm like, I can't believe it. I'm actually up here with them.
We're talking about 4 outcasts who turned into one of the biggest rock and roll bands in history.
Motley Crue represented everything that my mother told me to stay away from, and that's why I love Motley Crue.
We don't want Britney Spears. We don't want Backstreet Boys. We want Motley Crue.
Having fans is great. I mean, that's what this whole thing is about. You know, is appealing to people and having, you know, trying to get fans.
I'm no different than the fans that follow us around the country. You know, when I hear the new AC/DC records coming out, I got to be down there and get it, and I rush home and like my hands are kind of sweating as I tear it open, and you know, I put it in the CD player, and that feeling, I still have that feeling.
I work as a mainframe systems specialist for the #3 telecommunications company in the world, Sprint. I make sure that if someone uses their PCS phone or their pager or their fax machine, I have a hand in making sure that their invoice is error-free when it hits the house. If y'all don't mind, please make sure that on the migrations form that y'all highlight it, put fluffy stickers around it. I don't care, just let me know. I spread myself awfully thin. I wear a lot of different hats. I'm a student. I'm working on my 2nd master's degree. And I'm a wife. I'm proudly married to Joel, who's the 2nd most loyal Motley Crue fan. I'm also a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. Sometimes I don't know whether I'm coming or going. My job is very tedious, but I have an outlet, and Motley Crue provides that for me. If it's a bad day, we might be listening to Shout at the Devil. If it's a good day, we might be listening to Dr. Feelgood. The whole CD, round and round, and I just push instant replay, and it just does the whole CD all day long. You like Motley Crue, Peter?
Not really.
I'm more of a classic rock fan.
I like the music, but I cannot hear the singing.
And I'm about 2 generations behind Motley Crue, I think.
Obviously, and I think I'm the only Motley Crue fan out of the group. I grew up in Sycamore, Kansas, large trees and a lot of farmland. I first heard Motley Crue in 1983. It was New Year's Eve, and I was sitting in my friend Victor's apartment with my girlfriend Catherine, and I saw ever singing. Motley Crue's music made me feel strong and powerful and sexy, and whenever I wanted to feel that way, I'd always pop in their CD. And my deep desire to be a blonde, so Vince Neil, of course, was appealing. I posted pictures of Vince Neil all over my room, and my father kept saying, that girl would be pretty if she wouldn't wear so much makeup. I was a cheerleader for 1 year of high school. However, I did not make cheerleading my senior year. I was like, what in the heck am I gonna do? And auditions came up for my local junior college, and it was a full ride scholarship for 2 years. Girls, Girls, Girls had come out the summer after I graduated. And I remember listening to my Girls, Girls, Girls tape before I went to audition.
It's funny how, like, some of our music affects people. Like, we've had a lot of football players would pump up to Kickstart My Heart before they go out on the field, and they use our music for things that you just go, wow, that's really cool.
Girls, Girls, Girls gave me the strength to make it through the audition, and I cheered for my local junior college for 2 years. I auditioned for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders in 1995. Sitting outside Texas Stadium in 1995, I was listening to my Dr. Feelgood CD, trying to get myself motivated, because looking at the line of 1,000 girls wrapped around Texas Stadium, I kept thinking, I'm too short. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not blonde. There's my blonde hang up again. And literally listening to Motley Crue, if I could stay focused and just keep singing, dancing on glass, you know, things of that nature, I was gonna be okay. It truly gave me the inner spirit or the energy to make it through the audition.
Cindy's a closet rock fan. She could go through our organization's normal protocol and one would not necessarily know that side of Cindy. I experienced it personally when we took them to Tokyo, and our last night of a very grueling promotional tour for the NFL, we took them to one of Tokyo's hot spots, and when the ballads were over and the top 40 was over and the headbanging rock and roll came on, Cindy hit the floor and was there for probably 5 or 6 songs without even looking up. And she wasn't dancing with anybody, she was just dancing with herself and the music.
Oh my gosh, I can headbang if you want. Shut up, no, you gotta just, this is what you do. You gotta get me in the mood here. Oh gosh. That'll make everyone I went to high school with very happy, let me tell you. All right, everybody headbang, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've never danced to a Motley Crue song as a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. I'm hoping that maybe one of these days we'll do a hard rock medley, and maybe I can slide one of the Crue songs in there. I need to stretch a little more. When I first got here in '95, I was so embarrassed of my family and the way I grew up and just how I acted in Motley Crue. I never told anybody about any of that. Now I'm 30 years old and accept me faults and all. Thank God for Motley Crue and the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Thank God. I'm no longer a redneck.
And I would do things to him that you would never know.
We always take time out to, you know, sign as many autographs as we can. If I could sign, you know, 50 million autographs, I would, but I'd probably be a much older man then.
Sometimes I feel embarrassed to sign autographs because I don't think it's easy for someone to walk up to somebody else and admire them.
Are we pathetic?
I've signed words.
I mean, it's nerve-wracking for me to meet some of my heroes. There's a disappointment that happens a lot, and I don't want to be one of those people that disappoint the fan.
I kind of like try to avoid now signing people because like a lot of times they go and just get it tattooed. Then, you know, when they come back and they show you their tattoo of your autograph, it's like, oh. Man.
When you sign an autograph, you can't look away. You know, you see people do that. That's complete bullshit. You got to look people in the eye, you know, sign it.
Thanks.
Ask them what it is, you know, they like about the band, or, you know, do you like the new record? And you make that connection. I think that's a responsibility.
If Nikki says, show me your I'll take off my pants.
It was very exciting when we first started out, especially, you know, with the girls, you know, with women. It was like, wow, man, this is easy.
You signed the other one?
The other what? The other boob? No, boob.
My name is Brian Marriott. I'm 27 and live in Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm the political director for the Home Builders Association of Greater Kansas City.
I lobby the local governments and the state governments regarding issues that affect the building and development industry.
And I'm the political director in Missouri for Bush-Cheney 2000.
I'm a proud Republican. I have always tried to judge from my own mind what I thought about the issues, and that's how I came to the conclusion that I had a lot of Republican beliefs. I've been a big music fan all my life, and my favorite bands to listen to has been Motley Crue. The music world is an escape for me, and that's one reason I like the band so much. It's because they represent everything that is basically against what I do and what I believe in.
Right now I'm on my way over to the studios at KQRC to see my buddy Moose from college and join him on his on-air shift and talk a little bit about Motley Crue.
Kansas City's rock station is 98.9 The Rock. It is Tool H. Moose with you in the nighttime once again. And my buddy Brian in the house with us tonight. Of course, we're discussing Motley Crue.
Yes, Motley Crue, the new CD, new tattoo.
Excited about the Crue. Now, we've hit a lot of shows together, and there's always something strange that happens to us. What do you suppose is going to occur on this tour?
I imagine Nicky's going to spit on us again.
You know what? He's the only guy that I would let spit on me again and not kick his ass.
I remember when I first started listening to Motley Crue, going through high school, you know, I had my long-haired heavy metal days, and I think every one of us, including the band itself, has matured.
Our longtime fans are older now, and they bring their kids. And you have the younger fans that have just kind of discovered Motley Crue. So it's a very diverse audience. You have some heavy metal guy standing next to a guy in a business suit.
I found myself being kind of attracted to the band because of the sound that they have, and I like music that has really kind of a crunch to it, you know, with the guitar and the heavy beat. What I do for a living doesn't in any way have an effect on what kind of music I listen to. You know, the music industry, and as well as politics, is a very aggressive lifestyle. And if you're going to succeed in either one, you have to be very aggressive and know what you want. There are similarities. I mean, there's not the decadence that you see on a wide scale as you might. I mean, we had a president that lived kind of a rock and roll lifestyle, but that's not the party that I represent. I think that the Crue's attitude that they have, that they're very driven, and that's how I live my life, you know.
Michael, hi, this is Brian Marriott of the George W. Bush campaign.
That's something that we've both done successfully, is that we've set out a career path and we followed it, and hopefully we continue riding that wave.
As funny as it sounds to have gained an inner strength from Motley Crue, but what it has done is given people drive. We used to always say, follow your dreams, follow your heart, be true to yourself.
I was trying to think if Motley Crue had to pick a political party. Personally, I think they'd be Republican, because I think that they would like the opportunity to invest a little bit of their money into a vehicle that would give them a higher rate of return.
Well, basically, it's the last day before the election, and right now what I'm doing is gathering all of our volunteers, and they are helping us out with the phone bank effort, sign waving, and they're showing their support for Bush-Cheney.
I'm not surprised to hear that Brian's a Motley Crue fan. I liked them when I was a youngster, but I know Nader's got Pearl Jam playing with them. I hate Pearl Jam.
You know, 24 hours to go before we know who the next leader of the free world's going to be. The stress is very high. One of those main people that are going to get me through the next 24 hours is going to be the Crue on making sure that I stay awake and stay pumped up and energized.
think I might want to listen to Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away. It's the exclamation point of how I feel right now. I wish tomorrow would get here and just kind of get over with. Yeah, there it is. That should get me in the mood.
Working next door to Brian is very loud. He has his music playing constantly.
Oh my gosh. It's like horror around here. We've got the gal at the front desk. She goes, "What is that noise?" We've got Amy going, "Oh, Brian's in a mood."
It's a blast into the rest of the office. If I'm listening to my own stuff and his door pops open, his kind of takes over. I don't really have the power around here to crank mine up above his, so.
And then usually what ends up happening is, depending upon who complains and who's most irritated, I usually shut his door. Brian? He has gotten a lot better about shutting the door, but I think that that's mainly because he's been very exhausted from the Bush campaign and has been rather crabby lately and hasn't been wanting to talk with us a lot.
Oh, Motley Crue absolutely sums up what kind of day Brian's having. If he's having a really good day, it's loud and he's really pumped up, or if he's having an exceptionally bad day, it's going to be really loud and angry. He's pretty hip for one of those stiff political guys.
Okay, less than 4 hours to go. Got everything packed for my trip to St. Louis. It's going to be a 4-hour drive, and I'm definitely going to need some Motley Crue to get me in the proper state of mind to wake me up, and I'll see you guys in St. Louis. This is Brian. Yeah, what's going on? I'm on the phone talking to all the people that I need to get a hold of, or people that need to get a hold of me. That's why I wear the earpiece. I usually have one for each cell phone, but I've lost the other one. All right, well, I'll see you at night. Okay, bye. Driving across the state, you know, a lot of times it's quiet, especially in the middle of the night when I'm not on the phone. So that's the time when I really need to, you know, wake up and pick myself up and kind of get energized for such a long drive.
Did you say George Bush? Oh man, all kinds of buttons here. This is the Yo Quiero Bush. Love you, W. Our next first family, I think that's very nice. Barbara Bush for first mama. www.georgewbush.
It's about 10:20 here, election night. Right now it's too close to call. Gore has a slight edge on the Electoral College, but we are winning with the popular vote. It's kind of still a nail-biting process, and I knew tonight was going to be a long night. I like how fast the media put Florida on Gore's side. You had to switch it over, so we'll see. Yeah, I haven't had time to have that Motley moment tonight. Unfortunately, I've been so stressed out and so busy with my work on this campaign that I haven't really had the chance to kind of sing songs or something like that in my head, you know, go through songs that I would normally do. It's 1:35 right now. We just found out probably 10 minutes ago that George W. Bush is our next president. All the tension, all the hard work, all the lack of sleep.
Beautiful night.
Yeah, literally came down to Florida. I love Florida. I'm gonna go down there and personally thank each and every person I come across. The best Crue song is kind of what I'm feeling right now. I don't know, kickstart my heart, because the last 2 hours have been absolute hell, and as soon as we found out, it was just such a relief, and my heart was pumping.
This or not, but we got a girl playing drums tonight. Miss Samantha Maloney from the band Hole.
It's a unique situation for me because I have the best of both worlds. Not only am I a huge fan of Motley Crue, but I get to play with them on stage. So it's like I'm going to the concert every night. But instead of sitting in the front row, I'm behind them. And I'm actually playing with these guys, and I can't believe it. My parents got MTV when I was like 13 or 14 years old, and got cable. And one of the first videos I saw was Wild Side by Motley Crue. And I just remember Tommy Lee rolling around in the cage, and I thought, oh my God, that must be the most amazing job in the world. And that was when I said, that's what I want to do with my life. I want to play drums. I became email buddies with Nikki. Nikki emailed me at like 3 in the morning, and I got a call from a friend saying, Motley's manager just called me. You have an email. You better go check it. They want you to play for the Crue. And I said, I was like sleeping. What?
Are you too young tonight?
Some nights, you know, I'm just playing along, and then I'll see all 3 of them just rocking out, and I'm like, oh my God, it hits me. I can't believe it. I'm actually up here with them. I always remember Too Young to Fall in Love as something about that song, whether it was the melody or whatever it was, it just always stuck in my head because I was about 13, 14 years old, and they just kept saying, too young to fall in love, too young to fall in love. Backstage or after the show, I'll just see tons of boys and girls just being like, you know what, I didn't think you could do it, but man, you pulled through and you're kicking ass. I can't believe it. And so, you know, for Crue fans to say that to me, I'm like, wow, that's cool. Not only am I a Crue fan, but they're accepting me as well.
Hell yeah, Sam. You rock. You're crisp, you're clean, and you're unbelievable on stage.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Sam.
Thank you. Thank you. This is what it's about. The future drummers of America, right here.
Motley Crue forever, man. Motley Crue.
There's fans that come to the shows all the time. Motley Crue tattoos all over them. I think it's crazy. I have little fake Motley Crue tattoos on me right now. They're fake, they're just rub-ons because Nikki's bothering me that I don't have a Motley Crue tattoo. But, I mean, people have real tattoos and like 10 or 15 on one body. I think that's just, I mean, that's great.
When you see Josh, your first impression is, oh my God, look at that freak.
A lot of the older people thought he is a bad kid.
Oh, I've had people ask me, what's the matter with him?
Like, what's up with your brother?
A lot of people don't know what to think of it or don't really accept it because it's new to them.
My name is Josh Coburn. I live in Brooklyn, Iowa, and I'm 19 years old. Brooklyn is a very small town. Everybody knows everybody. You know what's going on with everybody all the time. I know in my heart that I'm the biggest Crue fan on the planet.
This is Theater of Pain masks from their cover of the Theater of Pain album.
The first time Josh came in and wanted the Theater of Pain tattoo, I figured it was just, you know, a one-time deal.
This would be the Greatest Hits album. These are the skulls from Dr. Feelgood.
He came back and started getting more ink and then expressed interest in wanting to get an entire sleeve.
This is a portrait of Nikki Sixx, just one of my favorite pictures we decided to put on. And we got the swine pig from the Generation Swine promo.
He wants to cover his entire body, from the neck down.
Back when I was little, it would be 88, 89, Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee both had extensive tattoo work on their arms. And that was the first time I really saw what tattoo was and what it could be.
Tattoos are fun and they're you know, exciting, but they're permanent. It's something that I think society is going to have to learn to adapt to because it's not just Motley Crue, but it's a lifestyle in general.
Getting sore. I know. You're there, man. You're there.
Josh handles the pain very well.
Not too pleasurable at the moment.
And I always tell people, you know, the pain is temporary, the pleasure's forever.
God, that looks awesome.
Yeah, all the gold has orange in it and some white on the stomach scales.
Looks good, everything looks good. I'm very happy with it.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You bet. Thank you.
I don't think anyone listens to Motley Crue as much as my brother does.
I will listen to Motley Crue all times of the day. I've listened to it doing everything you can imagine. Homework, eating, driving a car, everything you can possibly imagine.
Everything, huh?
Yeah, everything, I would say. When I met Motley Crue, it was '98. Tommy had rolled out of the bus. I asked if he would pose for a picture. You know, he's like, yeah, it's cool, no problem. Vince came out, you know, did the same thing, very easygoing, very nice guy. And I was like, this is it, you know? This is like greatest ever. Generally, everything around me is Motley Crue. This is some of my collection. It's all piled up because I don't have enough room in the place. There's everything in here from every era. This is, to me, one of the most important things. This is a guitar that I believe was used during some studio sessions by Mick Mars. This is a blue drink with like just a mixture of about everything. It's not the best tasting stuff in the world, but it does turn your mouth blue and your urine actually changes color too. There's no way that I could exist without this, you know? I mean, it's impossible. First time I ever remember seeing a picture of Motley Crue, they're all in straitjackets, and I knew there's something wrong with that picture. It was so different. I'd never seen anything like it. To me, it was the attitude. You know, these guys were real, and you could tell. At the very beginning, my mom was concerned because there's this huge poster of Nikki Sixx wearing a shirt that said "Suck It" in large letters, and she was going crazy when I hung it up next to my little sister's New Kids on the Block poster.
Listening to Motley Crue made him a better person, in fact, because it kept him out of trouble, and he was listening to their music, buying their posters, doing his own thing.
He enjoys it, and it means a lot to him, and I'm proud of him.
My parents had divorced right around, I believe, you know, 7th, 8th grade year, junior high. My parents' divorce had probably quite a bit of impact because it turned me toward more of the rebelliousness of the kind of rock and roll thing. I felt very alone when I was at that age. You know, at the time, nobody had earrings in both ears. I obviously wasn't like these people. I think the punk rock part of Motley Crue kind of pushed that out. The kind of, you, I'm gonna do this, you know, forget everybody else. If you got a nice car, forget it. If you got these clothes, forget it, you know. It kind of, you know, I wanted to be me, so off. Shout at the devil, a lot of people associate, you know, with Satan, blah, blah, whatever. But Shout at the Devil is really a song about standing up for yourself and being who you are, no matter what the authority is. If you feel, you know, in here that this is what you're gonna do, you're gonna do it.
Well, you know, I have to take credit for sort of baiting the hook with Shout at the Devil and the whole thing with the pentagram. But it was saying, be strong and shout at the devil. Stand up to society. Stand up to the negatives in life.
Seeing Nikki Sixx, seeing this guy who's so different, say, you know, you can be yourself. You don't have to go with everybody else. You know, at the time, it was very much a sort of therapy for me to see, you know, a role model. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I've never tried any of these. I don't do drugs. I'm very addictive. I can't do things half-assed. I will drink endless amounts of soda. I've been up to about 23 Pepsis a day. My tattoos, my collecting, it's over the top. My mom gave me a list of groceries, so we're headed to pick those up for a family get-together that we're having this evening. I walk around knowing I'm the most heavily tattooed person in Brooklyn, and I get stared at in the summer when I'm sleeveless or whatever. You know, the Motley Crue attitude just kind of radiates now because of what I look like, you know?
I think he's getting pretty well known with his tattoos and everything. Everybody's been talking about it.
Oh yeah, I've known Josh for years.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I think when I first met Josh, he didn't have any tattoos. Then after he got the first one, it's kind of like one right after another one.
For me, tattoos, it's more of a projection of myself. I definitely think it makes me look better. I feel more like myself. I feel like I wasn't all there and I'm finishing myself. The two most important things to me in my life are reflected off my skin. Just like each album has, you know, has been represented, or kind of each era of the crew sort of has been represented here. My family is beginning to be represented over here. My family's my best friend. I mean, every one of them. If I got a problem, that's where I'm going. They all mean everything to me.
I'm rocking. The rockin' sauce boy.
We all love to get together, you know, sit around, talk, have a conversation, just enjoy ourselves, you know, be with the people we care about.
You want to see the ass shot?
It was before prom, and I wanted to show my ass. Family dinners are so openly and blatantly honest. Nothing is taboo in our house because no problem can be resolved if you keep it inside.
Josh is always listening to Motley Crue, and it's too loud for me. I don't really like it, but
I went to my first concert with him, and that was Motley Crue.
A lot of the CDs and stuff, the Motley Crue stuff, I bought her just so I could have something to listen to, you know, when I'm here.
I got Josh to Motley Crue a little bit because he ended up stealing some of my tapes and things and keeping those. Theater of Pain, I know what ended up missing. Shout Out to Devil ended up missing. And what did you said you stole a copy of Dr. Feelgood or something?
It was a dub tape of Dr. Feelgood that I took from you. That's the only thing, and I still have that. Otherwise, I don't have anything.
I'd still like to know where my other two tapes went, though.
I don't know.
Mom, do you remember that?
If I knew what it was, I would have never bought it.
Yeah, see? She just said
I didn't know.
No.
You just said if I would have known what it was, I would have never bought it.
Anyway.
Even though my tattoos were looked down upon, you know, by my mother at first, you know, my family sort of jumped on the bandwagon and got quite a few tattoos, you know, as a result of it.
It's on my hip.
I met two girls the other day that have been following us around for the past month. They started in California. They're coming down to Florida. They've been to about 12 shows already.
A lot of crew heads actually take us in. They'll take total strangers, will feed us and give us gas money and buy us tickets and places to stay just because they know that we are crew heads and we're following Motley Crue.
It's kind of like Grateful Dead or something, I guess. You know, they always have their people follow them everywhere, and it's that's kind of how I feel too.
My name is Ronnie Howard. My age is 33. I was born and raised in Warden. I was born deaf. I don't believe in horror. I'm proud to be deaf, but all I am. What's missing? Yeah, right here. I live with hearing aid, without hearing aid, totally deaf. It's about for the stable of the fire alarm, seen them stable, what's that going to fire marshal in a pool, or up there in a pool. That's why I'm dressed with best for that. I know the way I info, I'm listening, I love it. My first concert was on 84. I thought about the Osbourne, but special guest was the Motley Crue. That's how I was Motley Crue stage. That's all the album was Shout Out the Devil. Damn, cool. Yeah, I was mad because I'm deaf. most pretend and have a fun of deaf people. I think I'll fight myself for most of my faults or my first fault. My parents, oh, Motley Crue. Motley Crue, that's bad. The sad I like, well, I told Mom, that's me, I like it, Mom. You like it? D. Martin, you like it? No, that's you. D. Martin, you drink a lot of whiskey. Tell me about it. So what's the problem? My best friend, and I know him since I was about 2 years old. And the girlfriend and my girlfriend are going to look around. What's up? That's crazy. That's interesting people.
Hurricanes, okay? What you all like that to drink, darling? Two for you and two for you all?
Water, the twist, a tree, and the hurricane, take good, but yeah, it's strong. Bắt lão hè cả cái bắt đầu pha mầm the phone bắt đầu here quá bay off the drum off when the fourth go off and cái này cái about 20 times was bạn was saying the feedback no what's so no I think that's so. I'm the member of a creative water hotel of the deaf for better deaf community.
I know Rodney almost 10 years, and whoo, I mean, his style of music does different from the deaf community and the people that comes here.
And I'm going to put on the wild side, get on that part, feel good.
Deaf people particularly, they like to get out and dance. You'll be amazed what they can do.
I'm going back down, down.
Any type of moves with the loud bass or heavy beat, I haven't done it to it.
You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high, so I wouldn't come home low. Take me to your heart, fill me in your bones. Just one more night, and I'm coming off this long and winding road.
I gotta tell you, it's one of the proudest moments to play a song like Home Sweet Home and have the whole crowd sing every single lyric.
Start my eye, way to North Carolina. Well, go Casa, because the Casa man is loud, but it's cold.
Betty
tiny, strong one. That's it, smoking in the board. No, that's not. What's the name of the dog? They smoking in the boardroom. Give me the beer. It's our men are the best things.
Really nice to meet you, man.
A home, all medical talk for me, getting best thing.
Enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Great.
That's the liquor this. That's the finish now. No, man, you know what? That's Mick Moore. Sorry, Mick.
You know, I've gotten lots of fan mail from people who said that our music saved their lives from whatever they might have been, like, drawn to drugs or alcoholism or anything like that. It's always really encouraging.
Every day, I think I'm the luckiest girl to be in that drum seat, being able to have that opportunity.
For me, I feel a sort of connection with the crowd, and it works. It works really good. The crowd energy and the band energy, it sort of locks. I kind of feel like their energy is pushing us, and then we're returning it, and it just turns. I can see it in their eyes. Sometimes somebody will even start crying, and you'll feel it. Like for a moment, you're like, wow, I really connected with that person.
To know that that many people love you that much and spend their last dollar to come and see you, and that means a lot to me.
Just to see the looks in the fans' faces of how excited they are, it's a great feeling.
If you're an ultimate fan of a particular artist, send us a short video describing yourself and your fanaticism. Send tapes to Fan Submissions, VH1 Series Development, 2600 Colorado Avenue, 3rd floor, Santa Monica, California, 90404.